So if it's not statute of limitations, now they're mad that apparently, according to their special FBI whistleblower, remember, an FBI whistleblower came forward and said that David Weiss was not empowered to bring charges, and this was the problem. Now, the FBI is a pretty large bureau. This could have been anyone. We don't know who this person was, but Republicans are resting every bit of their argument on this supposed whistleblower, who, by the way, has been disproven by multiple legal scholars and obviously by the head of the DOJ, by Merrick Garland himself. Yeah, he does have the authority, and he did have the authority to bring charges, but take a look at their second angle of attack.
Are you aware that FBI officials have come before this committee and they have stated that there was a cumbersome bureaucratic process that Mr. Weiss had to go through to bring charges in another judicial district? You know that?
I'm not aware, but that's not true. There's nothing cumbersome about the process.
So those whistleblowers are lying to us under oath? Those whistleblowers are lying?
I didn't say that. Their description of the process cumbersome is an opinion. It's not a fact question.
Right, and let's remember those words, cumbersome and bureaucratic, that's what government is. That's what everything, that's what, if you're going to conduct a real investigation that isn't just a sham investigation, you're gonna have to go through a few hoops. You're gonna have to go through the proper channels, because the FBI is not littered with loyalists, which obviously Trump, if he does get a second bite at the apple, will fix immediately. But there you go. And in fact, according to an FBI agent who has come forward, Thomas Sabachinsky, he said, I was consistently aware that David Weiss had the authority in the US to bring the charges where venue presented itself. The minute I got there in July of 2021, it was always the understanding and communication between David Weiss and myself that he had the authority to bring it on behalf of the department. Again, it is not a good look generally if you're working for the FBI and you're bringing a case forward that is not robust, that you know, in whichever jurisdiction Republicans want him to be charged in. But Mondale, this whole thing about like, you know, and this is the thing I felt like we were doing throughout the Trump administration. One guy, you know, I think his name was like, it wasn't Jeffrey Clark, but like one guy deep in the supposed deep state that we all hate is a loyalist. This one whistleblower comes forward and, you know, call himself a whistleblower and says things are bureaucratic, and suddenly Republicans plant their flag on this, which is just like, it's just some lower lackey being like, no, I don't think so, you know, and that immediately that person gets elevated.
Yeah, elevated to this. I mean, like, first of all, we need a description of whistleblower, right? Like the idea, you're not blowing a whistle saying that the federal government of the United States is cumbersome and bureaucratic. How is that a whistleblower? Like, we know that. Like, anybody that's done anything, have you lost your passport and tried to get it back? Right? I got a better one for you. The same congressman that just pronounced this as evidence that something is going on, try getting in touch with him by calling his local office and see how cumbersome and bureaucratic it is just to reach that congressperson. Get out of here. This is ridiculous. Like, this is child's play with our government, and the fact that we are dealing with this, and me being super left, which should be happy about Republican Party falling apart at this rate. But the problem is I'm not, because it gives Democrats a pass to be as, you know, lazy as they want to be. What we're watching right now with the Democratic, I mean, is the problem of the way our government is set up, the two-party systems and the power that they control. This is absolutely ridiculous. I don't know any or very few Republicans at the federal level that should have a job. Seriously.
For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/thedamagereport. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.